Hi everyone, Steve with Steel City Parkour. Me and the coaches today are going to do a follow-up to our front flip video, and we are going to show you guys and girls how to learn how to twist a front flip at home. What it looks like is going to look like this. That's a front half, and we're going to work on that first and work our way up to some more advanced twisting. All right, step one is I need to figure out which way I like to twist. That's totally up to you. Some people twist left, some people twist right. For me, I'm going to be twisting left during this video. A way to find out which way I'm comfortable twisting is I'm going to land on my butt, lift my arms up, and half turn. Land on my butt, lift my arms up, and half turn. So I decided I wanted to go left. That's my comfortable way. Chances are you'll figure out which way you twist just by doing this. Cool?
All right, buddy. I'm going to show you another front half. This time I'm going to go the opposite way that Coach Steve did, just so you can look at both sides, okay? This one is twisting to the right. Cool?
All right, everyone. Now, as you saw, Coach Emiliano and myself just did a front half. He went to the right, I went to the left. Even though they were just different directions, they were also a little bit different techniques, and we're going to go into exactly what that means for our front twisting. Now, there's two ways to twist. I can twist early, or I can twist late. I find that twisting later is a little bit easier for some people to learn, and that's going to look like this. I'm just going to do my normal front flip. Right as I'm about to land, I'm going to turn. So it's a normal front flip. Normal turn. Right? And right at the end, I turn. Worst case scenario in this one, worst case is I just do a front flip and I turn my head. As we're working on it, if you find that you're just landing and you're only getting a quarter of a turn, it probably means you're not using your hips. And if you're not using your hips, you might want to try this drill a couple more times where we go like that. All right? Now, the earlier twisting form is a bit more like a round off or an aerial. So if you're more comfortable with a round off or an aerial, this one might be easier, but a lot of people get confused on this one. So the early twist is I'm gonna turn my hips as soon as I take off, and it'll be like a cartwheel or a round off. Okay?
All right, buddy. Here's another trick you can try. You don't necessarily have to learn this one, but it's always good to learn as many moves as possible, okay? So this is called front full, okay? All you're gonna do, front flip, one whole rotation as you're doing your front flip. Cool? All right, here we go. So I'm combining the early half and the late half, putting them together into one front flip with one twist. Cool?
All right, everyone. Now, you might have noticed we didn't talk a lot about that front full technique because it's actually a little bit more difficult to do a front full than it is to do a 540. The natural physics of my body hinging my legs down actually makes twisting an extra half turn, so 1.5 twists slightly easier. Now, there's a couple different ways that we can go about doing this one. It's not going to be as easy to twist super late. So if I was learning that front half and twisting late, I'm going to try to learn how to twist that a little bit earlier. Now, as I'm getting that, we're going to go over the gymnastics version. And the gymnastics version is going to look like this. It's going to be 3 steps. Step 1 is I do my front pike, but I do a half turn. So I front pike, and then I half turn. I'm doing that half once I'm directly upside down. When I'm upside down, I'm going from this shape here to this shape here. That gives me power to twist. That turns my rotation energy into an energy in a shape that I can twist. From that position, I'm going to open, turn my shoulders, and pull everything in. The shoulders are the most important part here. So it's pike, open, my shoulders are up, turn, and spin. All right, here's what it's going to look like. And that's a gymnastics Rudy. If you're having trouble spinning, most people have the problem of leaving their head out. If I try to look with my head, it's not going to twist. I'll do an example of me trying to twist using my head, and you'll see it just doesn't really work. See how my head was way out here? If your head's looking where you're going, that's going to mean that you're going to under-rotate and under-twist. Head should always be in the same spot. I'm going to demonstrate another Rudy just because it helps to see it a lot. All right, action. All right, as I said, there are 2 techniques for doing the Rudy. we just went over gymnastics. Now we're going to go over a bit more tricking style Rudy, which I find is easier to get more twist out of. This one here, I like to call it torpedo technique, all right? So I want to pretend that I'm a torpedo. I'm taking off, diving, and turning, and pulling everything in at the same time. For this one here, I'll be able to see the ground for longer, and it's an easier twist for me. So once again, the shoulders are super important. If my head's turning, it's not going to work. So really focus on how my shoulders turn right away. That one there, the spin and flip are happening all together. There's no snapping open. I'm in the same shape the entire time. If you bend your hips too much, you're just gonna do a weird looking front half. I'll demonstrate that. If I bend my hips too much or too early, it's just gonna be a weird front half. So if that's happening, it means you're bending your hips early. So make sure you torpedo and pull everything in. One more time to see it. Just like that.
And now, since you guys just learned Rudy, next step is Randy, which is 2.5 twists. So just like the previous one, it'll just be an extra spin all the way around. It looks like this.
All right, everyone, good luck with your front flip twisting at home. Let us know how you do. If you're working on it and you learned it for the first time, let us know in the comments. You can tag us on Instagram at Steel City Parkour Gym, and we will feature your video. Thanks, everyone.